Dillon Gabriel's only way to be Browns QB1 revealed after Kevin Stefanski seals Shedeur Sanders' fate. It's 2025, and Joe Flacco is again the Week 1 starting QB. That's not some glitch in the Matrix. It's just the NFL's version of déjà vu. As Flacco is being called upon again to lead an AFC North team, like it's 2008 all over again. "Joe's the same guy every single day," said coach Kevin Stefanski on August 13th, praising his veterans' leadership and consistency. But this has the fans on Reddit joking that it's like history repeating itself all over again. It's 2008. Joe Flacco is named Week 1 starting quarterback of an AFC North team. It's 2025. Joe Flacco is named Week 1 starting quarterback of an AFC North team. It's 2042. On the Ken Carman Show with Anthony Lima, Nathan Zegura laid out the hard reality plainly. The priority one is winning now. He explained, if Joe Flacco goes out there and we're 4-1, or, I think if we're in, as long as we're in the mix and Joe Flacco's playing, well, I think Joe Flacco, if he has a great season, there's no reason why he couldn't start 17 games, because that means we're winning. That means we're in playoffs contention. So, where does this leave Dillon Gabriel, the much-awaited rookie? The short answer: Gabriel's path to becoming the Browns' QB1 hinges mainly on one major event: Joe Flacco getting injured, or the team's fortunes dipping enough to allow them to evaluate the rookie in meaningful game situations. Zegura didn't dance around the situation. "I think Dillon Gabriel's opportunity likely would only come in the event of an injury to Joe Flacco, or if we get to a point in the season where things are not going the way that we wanted them to go. Or, if the season takes a turn for the worse, let's get some evaluation. Let's see that Dillon Gabriel, let's see how he develops." It's a threading the needle scenario, balancing the urgency to win now with the need to assess the future quarterback. Dillon Gabriel's goal when that time arrives is clear. When that time for him Gabriel comes, his whole goal is to make sure that he gets to keep playing and you don't see a tranche of Shedeur Sanders. Meaning, Gabriel needs to prove himself enough to stay the preferred backup even while Sanders remains on the roster. Zegura said, "I certainly think that if Joe Flacco, though, plays well, and this is a Brown team that goes into the month of December in playoff contention, there's no reason to think that Joe Flacco still wouldn't be the quarterback at that time. The flip side is that if things go south, the Browns could pivot mid-season to evaluate their future under center. Dillon Gabriel's backup gig isn't just about waiting patiently. It's about being ready to take over when the needle shifts. The longer Flacco stays healthy and effective, the smaller Gabriel's window to claim QB1 becomes." Gabriel finished the preseason showing flashes of promise. He threw for 272 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. His readiness is backed by Stefanski's vote of confidence, since he's named the backup to Flacco. The choice was also influenced by draft pedigree. Gabriel was a third-round pick, while Shedeur Sanders came 2 rounds later, and performance in training camp and preseason games. Knowing that Gabriel is the backup doesn't guarantee a starting role, but it does place a spotlight on the very limited way he can move up the ranks this season. Shedeur Sanders is set as the emergency QB. On the flip side, Kevin Stefanski just drew a clear line in the sand for rookie Shedeur Sanders. Despite the 23-year-old's confidence and promise shown in preseason, Stefanski officially named him the team's third-string quarterback. It means Sanders will dress for games, but only get on the field if both Flacco and Dillon Gabriel are sidelined. The announcement came after Ian Rappaport's Blunt X post, quoting Stefanski. #Browns coach Kevin Stefanski tells reporters that Shedeur Sanders will be the third QB, meaning he's able to dress for games. It's not exactly a glowing endorsement, but it's clarity. The Browns are making use of the NFL's 2023 emergency QB rule. It allows the third QB to dress but limits game day participation unless both the starter and backup can't play due to injury or disqualification. Sanders' situation is a tough pill for fans hoping he'd have a bigger role right off the bat. His preseason showed promise, but concerns like slow reads and inconsistent timing surfaced enough for Stefanski to place him behind Dillon Gabriel. The Browns' signing of Bailey Zapp to the practice squad fueled speculation that Sanders might lose the third spot. But Stefanski quickly quashed those rumors. Sanders remains their emergency QB and a vital practice and game day presence. The Cleveland Browns have always been a theater of quarterback drama, a stage where careers are born, broken, and endlessly debated. In 2025, the curtain has risen again, And at the center of it all are two names that couldn't be more different, yet are now bound by circumstance: Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Kevin Stefanski, the stoic conductor of Cleveland's football symphony, made a decision that shook the dog pound to its core. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie phenom with swagger inherited from his legendary father, would not be QB1. In one swift move, Stefanski sealed Shedeur's fate, for now. But as the door closed on Sanders, another creaked open for Dillon Gabriel. And yet, as reports swirled, it became clear: Gabriel's path to the Browns' top job isn't simple. His only way to seize QB1 is both narrow and unforgiving. The Stefanski decision. The announcement wasn't made with fireworks. Stefanski, as usual, delivered it with calm, measured tones. "We believe Dillon gives us the best chance right now to run our offense efficiently," he said. "Shedeur is a tremendous young talent, but his time will come. We're focused on winning games." But in Cleveland, every syllable hit like thunder. Fans had been chanting Shedeur's name since draft night. They'd bought the jerseys, memorized his wrist-tapping celebrations from Colorado, and believed he was the answer to the team's decades-long quarterback carousel. Now, Stefanski had not only benched him, he'd placed the weight of the franchise on Gabriel's shoulders. Dillon Gabriel, the underdog narrative. For Dillon Gabriel, this was both a dream and a dare. The left-handed quarterback from Oklahoma wasn't drafted into the NFL with Shedeur's fanfare or Travis Hunter's spotlight. He was smaller, less heralded, and often overlooked. But Gabriel had a quality that Stefanski prized: adaptability. At Oklahoma, Gabriel thrived in a spread system, mastering tempo and making quick reads. He was decisive, unafraid of risk, and always kept his composure. For a coach like Stefanski, who valued rhythm and efficiency, Gabriel felt like a natural fit. But here was the rub. To truly lock down QB1 in Cleveland, Gabriel couldn't just be efficient. He had to be undeniable,